Ministry of National Harmony was a new created ministry in Pakistan, and actually its prime objective was to promote inter-religious dialogue and relationship between people of diverse faith. So I met several religious leaders, hardliners. There are a lot of acts of violence which are explained behind this extremist ideology. My brother, late brother Shahbaz Bhatti, who has been struggling since 25 or 28 years of his life, when he was young in school, he was 14 years, when he started feeling that something is going bad in this country and there is religious discrimination. So since childhood, he started thinking to contribute for the society, especially to protect the Christians, who are mainly a part of the marginalized and oppressed sector of the community. So after, his assassination, I took over. It was the mission that he continued. If you follow the situation of Pakistan, there is a specific mindset of people which is based on extremist radical ideology, and behind sometimes there are terrorist acts of violence, and any person who is opposing their radical philosophy or who tries to change the country against their will, they are threatened, they feel threatened by that. And since my brother had been working a lot and he was having strong say in the society, among especially the Christian community and among even Muslim community, a lot of Muslim leaders liked him. Next to that, he was quite popular in the international community. So his power, his vision was changing something in the country. And that was threat to the hardliner and to the extremist and the people who don't want this kind of changes. A few months before he was assassinated, some of the newspapers, they wrote big article that the fate of Shahbaz Bhatti has decided. So, he knew that they're going to kill him.
These Taliban threaten me, but I want to share that I believe in Jesus Christ, who has given his own life for us. I know what is the meaning of cross, and I'm following of the cross. And I'm ready to die for a cause. I'm living for my community and suffering people, and I will die to defend their rights.
I never thought to go back in Pakistan. I was happy what I was doing and I was settled there. And even sometimes my brother offered me to come to Pakistan. So I was just laughing, so thinking that it's going from heaven to hell. But after assassination, I was just on the funeral, and that was huge number of people. And I never thought that all these people were his followers and they love him so much and they need him so much. But when I saw, and people were expecting something from me, and I saw that you can do something for this community and you can bring some change in the community, so I start changing. So I think it was, in some way, I think it was God-made decision. Islam has three parts. If you insult Prophet Muhammad, you have penalty of death. If you discard pages of Quran, then you have 10 years of prison and fine. And if you just talk against Quran or something, some behavior insulting against the Islamic religion, you have few years of prison and some fine. And most of the time, people used Islam for the personal grudges, for personal benefit, and many times it is not real, and they use easy victim, which are most poor and marginalized, and two people just say he has done blasphemy, and without understanding, without listening the reality, there is a mindset of people which have kind of hatred against Christians. They just get together, they're overexcited, they move the mob, they move the community, Muslim community, especially hardliner, and they start attacking the innocent people. 90% and more than 90% cases are due to the misuse, and misuse is normally it's using innocent people, it's involving innocent people, sometimes children even. The fact that I am convinced and determined and motivated to promote interfaith dialogue and harmony, it is due to that reason, because in several circumstances I prevented religious persecution, religious attack on Christians due to the interreligious dialogue. For example, there was one community of Christian community where some people purposely claim that this community is working against the Islam. And one day some persons just put the burned page at the corner of that community and that where they were living, and he informed and announced in the mosque that they are misusing, insulting our religion. So people don't think, they don't reason, and a lot of people come to attack. When I knew that, and it was a huge gathering, and we were expecting very bad results. But immediately I contacted some of the religious leaders to whom I knew. So we went together, and they stopped that. They said, no, we are not going to do that. And then we came to know that it was Muslim people who are doing that. And so he was identified, and that time he was in the prison. If you see in a selfish point of view, it is hard. And it's human nature that you want revenge many times. But there are different ways to get revenge. One is you want to kill this, so you want to treat as they have treated you. Another thing is to make them powerless with your action and with your activity. So my revenge will be, if I stop that ideology, I work against that ideology, I bring peace against which they are working.